New plans on the waste charging scheme as concern lingers. Cathay Pacific admits making mistakes following mass flight cancellation earlier. And the U.S. Justice Department is taking Apple to court. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. The government's demonstration scheme for the Municipal Solid Waste Charging Scheme will take place on April 1st. The 14 selected premises for the demonstration scheme encompass government offices, residential buildings, shopping malls, and restaurants. Tenants there will be given designated rubbish bags and labels free of charge. Scheme. The management of Cathay Pacific Airways admitted at the Legislative Council today that they underestimated the levels of pilot reserves needed around Christmas and the Lunar New Year period. The misjudgment led to travel disruptions with nearly 800 flights cancelled amid the holiday season. Some lawmakers also flagged problems in the airline's monitoring of pilots' flying hours. The Housing Authority's Subsidized Housing Committee approved a raise on income and asset limits for people applying for public housing by an average of 2.1%. Just one day after Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited Australia, the Australian government today updated the country's travel advisory for its residents visiting Hong Kong. This came after Hong Kong passed the legislation of Article 23 of the Basic Law on Tuesday. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Israel today on his sixth Middle East mission since the start of the war on Gaza on October 7th. His visit comes amid rising tension between Israel and its closest ally, the U.S., on how Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is handling the war. Nasfi Karim with more. The U.S. Justice Department has announced a sweeping antitrust lawsuit against Apple. It accused the tech giant of engineering an illegal monopoly in smartphones that blocks out competitors and stifles innovation. As U.S. prosecutors took aim at Apple across the Pacific Ocean, CEO Tim Cook unveiled the company's new store in Shanghai. Still ahead. Welcome back. 4 technology exhibitions will be held at the Convention and Exhibition Center in Wan Chai next month. Event organizer, the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, said they anticipate at least 80,000 visitors will attend the fairs. Mimos Ngai reports.
Mimos Ngai, TVB News.
The United Nations General Assembly has approved its first resolution on artificial intelligence aimed at giving global support to international efforts to ensure that AI benefits all nations and is safe. Tracy Furness has more. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has praised a decision by EU leaders to endorse plans to use the profits from frozen Russian assets to buy arms and ammunition for Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron is trying to toughen up his image and perhaps Europe's image too, and he's using boxing to help him. In moody black and white photos, Macron is seen pounding a punching bag with arched eyebrows. But reviews were in India, supporters of an anti-corruption crusader who is also a popular politician held protests today against his arrest. New Delhi's top in the U.S., medical history was made this week with doctors in Boston successfully transplanting a pig's kidney into a living person. NBC has more.
For the first time, a team of doctors.
For the first time ever, Canada will reduce its temporary residence and set a cap on temporary immigration. The country's immigration minister, Mark Miller, said Thursday. To sports in sailing, practice has begun for the ITM New Zealand Sail Grand Prix off Christchurch, with dozens of sailors testing the conditions. History as the world's largest. Over to cycling, Marijn van den Berg edged a bunch sprint to claim his first win of the year on Stage 4 of Volta a Catalonia. And that's the news. Thank you for watching.